You may have seen dramatic headlines splashed across newspapers and websites, warning of a massive 330-mile snow wall set to hit the UK, an image that instantly grabs attention and sparks concern. It sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, conjuring visions of towering walls of snow sweeping across the country, shutting down cities and stranding travelers. But what's really behind these headlines? The stories were based on weather maps showing a long, continuous band of snow stretching from northern Wales through the heart of central England and all the way up to Scotland. The phrase snow wall is a catchy media creation designed to grab your attention, but it's not an official meteorological term you'll hear from professional forecasters. In reality, meteorologists use terms like band of snow, wintry front, or snow event, words that might sound less dramatic, but are far more accurate when describing what's actually happening in the atmosphere. While the forecast did point to the potential for significant wintry weather across a large part of the country, the reality is always more nuanced and complex than a single headline can capture. Weather systems are dynamic, and conditions can change rapidly. Snow amounts and impacts can vary hugely from town to town, even within that 330-mile stretch. Some areas might see heavy snow and travel disruption, while others just a dusting or even rain. In this video, we'll break down what really happened, what the official forecasters said, and how you can stay prepared for whatever winter brings, so you can separate the facts from the headlines and make informed decisions for you and your family. The much-hyped weather event arrived late last week, right on schedule. Meteorologists had been tracking the system for days, and as predicted, it swept across the UK, bringing a dramatic shift in conditions. The anticipation was high, with news outlets and weather presenters warning of potential travel chaos and school closures. The main band of snow moved in from the west on Friday afternoon, first hitting the coast of Wales before sweeping north and east. The first flakes began to fall along the Welsh coastline, quickly blanketing beaches and coastal towns in white. As the afternoon progressed, the snow intensified, creating a wintry scene that many locals hadn't seen in years. By evening, it had reached the Scottish Highlands, showing just how quickly these systems can move. The Highlands, already known for their rugged beauty, were transformed into a winter wonderland almost overnight. The speed of the storm's advance caught some by surprise, with visibility dropping rapidly as snow swept across the hills and valleys. Northern Wales saw the heaviest snow, up to 5 inches in places, turning rural roads and fields into a blanket of white. For many communities, this was the most significant snowfall in recent memory, leading to school closures and travel delays. Children took to the hills with sledges, while farmers worked to keep livestock safe in the freezing conditions. Meanwhile, northern England and parts of Scotland got 1 to 4 inches. Villages and towns woke up to a picturesque layer of snow, with rooftops and gardens dusted in white. Roads became treacherous in places, and local councils deployed gritters to keep main routes open. Even cities like Manchester saw enough snow to disrupt commutes. Public transport faced delays, and many commuters found themselves trudging through slushy pavements or waiting for delayed buses and trains. The city's iconic landmarks looked striking under a layer of snow, but for many, the novelty quickly wore off as travel headaches mounted. Central and southern Scotland received lighter snow, but it was enough to make roads slippery. Drivers were urged to take extra care, and several minor accidents were reported as vehicles struggled for grip on untreated surfaces. Even a small amount of snow can cause significant disruption when it falls quickly. Meanwhile, southern England and the West Midlands missed the snow, but got heavy rain and strong winds, with some areas warned of flooding. Rivers began to swell, and emergency services responded to reports of localized flooding in low-lying areas. The relentless rain and gusty winds made for a miserable weekend for many. For millions, it was a wet and windy weekend, not a white one. People braved the elements with umbrellas and raincoats, while others chose to stay indoors, watching the storm unfold from the safety of their homes. The contrast between regions was stark, with some facing snowdrifts and others battling floods. This shows how a single weather system can bring very different conditions to different regions. From heavy snow in the north and west to rain and wind in the south, the UK's varied landscape and climate mean that no two places experience the same storm in quite the same way. While headlines across the country were dominated by dramatic stories of snowstorms and blizzards, grabbing the public's attention with bold front pages and urgent language, the Met Office's official warnings painted a more complex and detailed picture of the weather situation unfolding across the UK. In fact, the most severe alerts issued by the Met Office weren't for snow at all. Instead, amber warnings were in place for heavy rain, particularly affecting parts of western Scotland and Wales, where persistent downpours threatened to overwhelm rivers and drainage systems. In these regions, flooding was a very real and immediate risk, with emergency services on standby and communities bracing for rising water levels and potential disruption to travel and daily life. Alongside the rain, strong winds were flagged as another significant hazard, with yellow warnings stretching along much of the UK's coastline. Gusts reaching up to 70 miles per hour were expected, raising concerns about fallen trees, power outages, and dangerous conditions for those near the sea. Despite the media's focus on snow, for most areas, snowfall was not significant enough to trigger a formal warning. Instead, it was patchy and often melted quickly, leaving behind wet roads rather than deep drifts. However, the Met Office did highlight the risk of localized ice, especially overnight when temperatures dropped and wet surfaces froze, making pavements and roads treacherous for both drivers and pedestrians. In some rural areas, the mercury plunged as low as -6 °C, creating widespread frost and increasing the danger of black ice, which can be almost invisible but extremely hazardous. These freezing conditions turned even small puddles and damp patches into slippery hazards, catching out the unwary and leading to a spike in accidents and falls. The reality is that UK winter weather is rarely straightforward. It's not just about snow or rain. It can bring a mix of snow, ice, flooding, and gales, sometimes all in the same day, making it unpredictable and challenging to prepare for. That's why it's so important to look beyond the headlines and check the forecast for your specific location. The weather can vary dramatically from one town to the next, and being informed can make all the difference. The Met Office offers postcode-level forecasts and targeted warnings, giving you the information you need to stay safe, plan ahead, and respond to whatever the British winter throws your way. Why are weather headlines so dramatic? Because weather affects everyone, and dramatic stories attract clicks and attention. The rise of visual weather data means anyone can see striking maps and jump to dramatic conclusions, like calling a band of snow a wall. But these headlines often oversimplify complex forecasts, missing crucial details like whether snow will settle or just melt. The media isn't always trying to mislead, but the drive for engagement can overshadow balanced communication. This cycle of ever more dramatic names can lead to warning fatigue, making people tune out real risks. Understanding where these phrases come from helps you look beyond the hype. Always check the real forecast for the facts. Even a small amount of snow can have a big impact in the UK. Our transport networks aren't built for snow. Just a centimeter can cause major delays on roads and railways. Snow makes roads slippery, slows traffic, and can gridlock cities before gridders can act. On the railways, snow and ice can freeze tracks and disrupt trains. Icy pavements are a major hazard, especially for the elderly and vulnerable. Even a single inch of snow can mean the difference between a normal commute and hours of disruption, or worse, accidents. Our hilly terrain and wet snow make things even trickier. That's why it's important to take even minor wintry forecasts seriously and plan ahead. With so many sources and dramatic headlines, where should you turn for reliable forecasts? Always start with official sources like the Met Office. They offer detailed, postcode-specific forecasts and clear warnings. Understand the warning colors. Yellow means be aware, amber means be prepared, and red means take action. Public broadcasters like the BBC and ITV also provide expert analysis and context. Local councils and travel providers give updates on school closures, gridding, and transport disruption. Combine national forecasts with local info for the clearest picture. This helps you plan ahead and stay safe, whatever the weather. Don't rely on headlines, check the facts. When severe winter weather is forecast, a little preparation goes a long way. Prepare your home, know where your stopcock is, and have an emergency kit with a torch, batteries, water, and snacks. If you must travel, check your car's tires and fluids, pack a winter kit, and stick to main roads. Let someone know your route and expected arrival time. Keep your home warm, aim for 20 bouvardigs in living rooms, 18 digs elsewhere, and wear layers. Hot meals and drinks help maintain body temperature. Outside, wear sturdy footwear, and be careful clearing snow. Don't overexert yourself, and ask for help if needed. Simple precautions can keep you and your family safe through any winter storm. The most important advice for winter: look out for each other, check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors, offer to pick up essentials or help with heating. Community spirit shines in tough weather, from clearing paths to sharing information. Don't forget mental health. Long, dark nights can be tough, so stay connected with friends and family. If you're struggling, reach out to charities like Mind or the Samaritans. As winter continues, patience, preparation, and kindness will help us all get through. Trust reliable forecasts, take sensible precautions, and support your community. Stay warm, stay safe, and look after each other.